Hello boys, this is White Pill Media. Welcome back to the channel. This week, this is going to be a shorter video. It's going to be on the Kvltgames Game Jam, their 5th one. These are the guys that made the Great Rebellion, which I've talked about previously on this channel. But recently they had a game jam, and that's like when a bunch of video game developers get together. They make a bunch of short games over the course of a few days. Their theme was infiltration. And I guess you can think of these as flash fiction, like the equivalent of that for video games. They're short, they're sweet, some of them have a little more polish than others. I guess mini games is a fair way to describe them, or just kind of trying out some stuff, seeing what sticks, maybe this is proof of concept for later projects or whatever. So I thought I was just going to show some gameplay in the background. I played through most of them, and then I also looked at some previous games that they had developed for earlier game jams, and I'm going to talk about those. These aren't super deep. Some of them are more polished, like I said. I think the best ones out of the 5 game jams have come from this one, actually. But these are free. You can just go to their website. I'll have a link to it below, but it's just kvltgames.com. You can just go there, download them. If you got an hour or two, you can have fun with them. But if you're looking for something to do, if you want to see stuff that people on this side of things are working on, I think it's worth your time. I definitely did have fun with some of them. So without further ado, we're just going to hop right in. The first one we're talking about, this is by C.A. Buchholz. This is Temple of the Slumbering King. This is a text RPG. You pick a character, you're exploring through this woods. Basically, you're in the Forest of Dreams, you're looking for your long lost brother. And in this one, I don't know, you can pick different races or whatever. I decided to go human man, and I'm off in the woods. You do a little exploring, you can fight some enemies. I ended up getting I think I got a lot of really crappy weapons because I was focused more on strength, but all I kept getting was magic weapons until the very end. But yeah, you have little random events, so I guess it adds a level of replayability. So yeah, you're just uncovering clues, looking for your brother. You can encounter some enemies. I did run into a rabbit who promised that if I kissed her, she would reward me, and it wasn't weird. But I did do it, and then it turns out she was a beautiful princess, human princess, so it was totally fine, and I got a lot of gold for it, so whatever. Killed some stuff. You come across some people that are stuck, staring at these gems and, just wasting their lives digging them out, and it has these fake realities within them, and they're so obsessed with these fake realities that they just wither and just starve to death. That was neat. I definitely traded some good weapons for bad ones, and then I kept exploring, and not starting the next chapter until I got a trade for a good weapon again. At the end, when you're going into the Slumbering King's realm, you have some stairs made out of corpses of the previous adventurers. That was cool because the stairs are still alive, so that was neat. Then I was able to steal the Slumbering King's weapon before he woke up. Ended up killing him, and then the king's crown is put on you, and his gauntlets are drawn to you, and you feel all sleepy all of a sudden, and then you sit in his throne, and cool, the cycle continues. So I thought this was pretty neat. Some of it was a little repetitive, but again, it's a very short game made over a small period of time by one guy. So this is a fun proof of concept. I think this could be made into something longer. I don't know. I think I'd be all right with playing something like a text RPG. I've never really done that, but they seem fun enough. And in terms of cost and just cost of entry for a developer or whatever, it seems relatively small, right? You're just really writing. So I don't know. Maybe that's an avenue some other people will take. There was Orphan. I guess that's also kind of in this category of game, but I really didn't like Orphan, so I don't know, maybe other stuff will pop up. Cryo Guardian. Okay, this is made by 2 guys, Wild Goose and Acela. This is a top-down shooter. You are protecting some space colonists who are in cryo sleep, and some bugs have invaded the ship, and you gotta kill them all. I'll level with you. I couldn't beat it. It's 300 seconds, so about 5 minutes. I got close a few times, but then I packed it up. You spin around, you shoot bugs. If I guess the cryopods get destroyed, you lose. That's not why I died. You can upgrade your ship as you get more and more kills, like your damage, your health bar, your rate of fire, that type of your movement speed, which is neat, right? It adds something to it. It has music to it, which not all of these games did, and that was a nice touch. Like, I would say there was a lot of effort put into this one. I would say it's definitely maybe the most polished of the 6 of these from Game Jam 5, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at like bullet hell games, but I couldn't do it. I died a lot. I would get like under 60 seconds a few times, but then just die. I kept trying to like make a big outline on the edge of the map. I felt like whenever you would like dive into the center, you just get crushed from all sides towards the end, because by the end you have like these hordes of bugs following you around. I like their little bullets that they have. They have like little sounds to them. Yeah, a lot of care, a lot of detail put into this. But unfortunately, I couldn't do it. Maybe you'll download the game and you'll beat it. Who knows? SBI Infiltrator. This is an unfinished draft of a game. I think it's supposed to be like you are a drone that flies around a company and you're like hacking computers without being detected, but you cannot really do anything with it at the stage that it is. And it says on the website that this is an unfinished draft, so you can't really do anything. I flew around a little bit. It seemed like when those red lines would kind of line up, like I was directing this person to move or something, or they were coming towards me. But yeah, it's an unfinished draft. There's nothing really more that I could say about it. Maybe it'll become something someday. Hiring Manager. This is by Neo Crisis. If you're looking for a really good artist, you could go for Neo Crisis. I've hired him in the past. He does great work. So in this game, you have this flood of college graduates streaming out of college, and you are a hiring manager. You are attempting to hire people who have traits like being obese or gay or gender something or non-white, anything that is not a straight white male. And yeah, you are just selecting them as they go past you to try to find candidates that best for your company. And you have like little things on the side, so it's like you're trying to get like artistic, and then a land whale, and then this trait, and then this trait, and then this trait, and you're trying to get them all to line up, and then ding, you know, it fills a quota, right? So this is fun. This is like a little arcade thing, but yeah, that was enjoyable. Twinfiltration. You need 2 players to play this. So, I was not able to really check it out. I have friends. All right? I do. I really do have friends. You gotta believe me here. But I make this video late. It's like Memorial Day, so I just wasn't able to really coordinate it, and I didn't want to just like push this off until like I got together with people just for Twinfiltration. But it seems like they had a decent amount of people working on it, so maybe this is one of the better ones. I don't really know, unfortunately. Alright, and last but absolutely not least, we have Infiltrating Epstein's Island. This was made by Jack. In this one, you're on a jet ski and you've ended up on Epstein's Island. You could probably relate to that, everyone could. And there are a lot of trees. You got Epstein's little like third temple in the center. And you were going around, you're collecting like these hawk statues. I don't know what this means in terms of like lore. I don't know if this is like based on a real thing or whatever, but you're looking for these little hawk statues. You need like 6 of them. It looks like, I guess, like an N64 game. But as you're running around the island, trying to open up the temple by getting all these little hawks, you have a bunch of security guys going around in little golf carts trying to kill you. And there are also a bunch of mines on the island. When my first time, I just went up to a mine and stepped on it just to see what would happen. I died. When you do die, the camera spins around, and that was pretty cool. The screen goes red. I like the music for this. You got a bunch of little hills. My recommendation is you hit a statue, you grab it, and you run to the next statue. You don't stop. Do not stop. Do not look around. You just go, go, go. Because many times I would like grab a statue, some security guys would show up. I would kite them around some mines, blow them up, and then I'd go to the next statue when they stop spawning in. Too many spawn in. You're not going to win that way. There aren't enough mines to take them all out. So just run for it. And I died a handful of times before I developed that very high-tech strategy. But I did it. I got all of them. I ran over to the temple. It opened up. And then you got this photo of Bill Clinton in there, because that's what's kept on Epstein's Island. It's a portrait of Bill Clinton. But the game's not over. No, no, no. You then have to make it back to your jet ski for a miraculous escape. But when I ran out to my jet ski, I didn't click it. I was panicking because they were right behind me. So I ended up in the ocean and I had to do this huge arc. But I was able to circle back around for my jet ski and make it and let the world know what's kept on Epstein's Island. It was very important that everyone got to know. This was a hell of a lot of fun. This might have been the I would say that this is the most fun I had with this. With the Game Jam. Cryo Guardian, while I didn't beat it, it had like a ton of polish with it. So, yeah, these aren't terribly long, but I think you can have fun with them. And I just wanted to do like a little shout out for it. I'm going to talk about some games from previous Game Jams that I looked at briefly. We have the Law and Order, New World Order. This is a German judge game. It is completely all in German. I couldn't understand what was happening. I don't know what choices I was making, but I was just clicking things and then it was over. So, I don't know. I assume there's some political commentary in that. But, yeah, many of the earlier games are just strictly in German. So I didn't know exactly what I was reading or what I was doing, but I was able to pick up enough.
Oh, English side ruined. Must use French instructions. Le Grill? What the hell is that?
We have Joint Forces, which had some nice music and art, and like it looked really nice. However, I think this was needed for 2 people. I think this is a 2-person game. I don't know. I don't know if there was a way to control the other character, but I couldn't do the second jump. I was cocked. There's nothing I could do, but this did look nice, right? Joint Forces did look nice. We had Mega Killdozer. You were driving the Killdozer around and you're like battling tanks in the streets and you're trying to destroy the Federal Reserve. Yeah, there's Killdozer. Abelzin. You're a man with his gun and some pepper spray, and you're going into the trees, and you're taking out some climate activists, but you're not shooting anybody. Well, you are shooting them, but you're shooting them with tranq rounds. You know, we don't kill anyone in this game. But, yeah, you're fighting some leftists in the trees. Shopkeeper. I couldn't tell if I was winning or not. All of like the things at the top were in German, so I don't know. But there was a timer and it was counting down. So, yeah. People kept coming in my store. I had a gun out all the time, and they were just spinning and stealing shit. One guy, he came in. He was trying to pay with this counterfeit $20 bill, and as quickly as he spun into my life, he was gone. I don't know if I won at the end or not, but there was like an explosion and some like angry German lady like pointing, so maybe I lost. I'm not sure what was happening. Nightstrom, I had like a crossbow and an axe, and there are some like NPCs. Some of them were wearing like the COVID masks, and I killed them as they're coming around my village. My village was abandoned, but there was just a bunch of crossbow ammo in everyone's house. So yeah. And then Krampus Survival. I don't know if you were able to get off this screen or not, or if you were just stuck on this small little screen. But I just circled around a bit, avoiding the Krampus monster until I was killed. So the majority of these games, and definitely the older ones, are maybe 5 minutes or so of game. Some of them are even less than that, really. But again, they're just like hyper small little projects. I would say, I didn't play all the games from the older ones, but from Game Jam 5, Infiltrating Epstein's Island, Temple of the Slumbering King, Cryo Guardian, Hiring Manager, Twin Filtration, that probably has a decent amount of gameplay to it. I just didn't have a second person. And entertain you. You might find them fun. I'd say it's a better use of time than like just hate watching something for an hour or two. You know what I mean? So meant to do a small little update, but the Great Rebellion, they had an update to their game. If you haven't played it yet, I would recommend it. I have a video on it if you're interested, but it's a kind of bullet hell game. It's very much anti-leftist. You're going around, you're getting guns, you're fighting against different bosses, you can upgrade your character. It was enjoyable. It's not like the type of game I usually play, but recently they had an update to it. You had some bug fixes, they added achievements, they added a new game mode. So yeah, I played around with it a little bit. I got some of the new achievements, but trying to start over in expert mode, I'm like, holy shit, this is a little tougher than I thought. Because the first time I just went for like normal mode or whatever, and it was fine. A little challenging at the end, but I'm like, damn, this is tough. So I don't know. I probably won't do another video on it, but I just thought I'd show a little gameplay of it. You know, hey, you can get achievements now. But it looks neat, so if you haven't tried it out, now there's achievements. Again, this is just a short little video. I'm still working on editing some footage. Trying to have a video out Friday night or Saturday night of this upcoming week, which should cover 2 games. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can make that schedule. But yeah, trying to have some more like video game-esque content on the channel just to be like a little more diverse with it. But that's it. Check out the Great Rebellion if you haven't. Also, check out these Game Jam games if you haven't. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. White Pill Media out.